Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI related tutorial on our channel. In this part, we are learning how to create a very simple dashboard like this where we have product type, channels, month, region, etc. as filter, and we can see sales by region, sales by brand, and sales by month, and different type of values that you can see, sales by point of sale from where the product was sold, and product type, etc. On the basis of this. And to create this database dashboard, the data set that we had was this particular data set where it was given like a horizontal data. You can see how many columns are there. Okay. And from that data, we will learn how to melt or reshape that data like this particular value here. Okay. Here we have reshape the data from whose number of columns to only 7 columns here, and in every column we have region, ALB code, channel, POS name, brand code, date, sales, etc. Then for every brand code we have a type of product that they have, so we also have that. So in Power BI we will simply go and create data modeling. Okay, so in data modeling we will establish the relationship between the two dashboards and then try to learn how to create this simple dashboard. So let's get started with it. So here is a sales data set that is in a horizontal format, and we have tried to make this data set an anonymous data set. So in the data set we have region, some ALB code, some random value, a channel name like WSGTKA, a random value, and we have POS name, point of sale name. This can be a store from where these products were sold. Now the products that are being sold here are these type of products like AMB, BR, SI. This can represent any brand. So not necessarily we are referring any brand here. And here you can see these are the brand names. So for these different brand names, the values are given like this. Like this Jan 22 means sales of this particular brand in the month of Jan in 22. Similarly, up to here you will find 22. Then Jan 22. Then after all the brand names are finished, you can see here after CHF, you will see that then the first brand name will start, and then it will go up to 16 columns, and then another, and so on. So in the data set we also had total values. So we just remove the total values because total values is something that we can easily calculate total values for that particular month. So total values for Jan will be this. Simple sum of this will be total values, right? 3487. So that is very easy to calculate. But the original ask was to convert the data set into a vertical data set so that we can use it for analysis. Now, how we are imagining this data set to be? Let's say here we will keep region, LB code, channel, POS name. Here we will write month, and here like it can be January, February, etc. And here it will be sales value. Okay. So, and here will be brand name. So it will be like this. So for example, if brand name is A, for month of Jan, its sales is 450, right? And here it will be year. So year will always be 2022. So it will always be year, and whatever region, LB code, channel, and POS name is. So it will be like that because for that particular brand in all those POS names for that another brand, etc. So we have to do something like this. Now to do this transformation, we are going to use Google Colab because it will be easier here. And in Google Colab, we can simply create a new workbook, and we, we can say melting the data. So this is basically a data reshaping task. The first thing that we will do, we will click on files and connect to the runtime environment in Google Colab. Even though if you don't know anything about Google Colab, then also you can do this. Otherwise, if you are familiar, you can write the Python code, import libraries like Python pandas, and use method in pandas that are used to reshape a data frame. A data frame is basically a 2D structure which consists of rows and columns. So here we will simply upload our file using this icon. Upload your Excel file. So the Excel file that we are seeing here, sales horizontal order, we will upload it. So here you can see file is being uploaded. In order to read this file, we will simply write import pandas as pd, and you can see import pandas as pd. Pandas library can be used to connect to Excel files, you know, give output as a data frame, and then apply reshaping on them. Next, we have to provide the file path. So simply click here and copy path and put it here. I will provide this pandas file also so that you can open. I will provide this Python file also, the Python code that is used here. So you can simply open Google Colab and paste these lines one by one. So here we have read Excel. So read Excel is a method to read the Excel files, and we can write df. Now you can see, we can see the same Excel file here. Right now we have not done anything. If you will write df.head, it will give you top 5 rows. So let's see the top 5 rows with like this. Next we will identify the static columns. The static columns are region, ALB code, channels, and POS name that we just saw. So region, ALB code, channels, and POS name are our static columns. We will call them ID variables. Now we will meld the data frame to convert it into long format. So we will create a data frame called df melted. We will use df.meld. ID variable will be these variables. These will be static values, and variable name will be brand month, and value name will be sales, because this value that we are seeing here is sales for that brand for that month. So when you will run this, here you will see df melted, and when you will press df melted, you will see an output like this. So region south, ALB code, channel WS, POS name POS1, and brand month will be AMB Jan 22. Later we can easily use text to columns, so we can easily separate these two values if you want brand and month and year separately. That I will show you in Power BI. But now we have that data set. Earlier you know that number of rows were less, because here for sample number of rows were 208. Now for these 16 different brands for different POS, we have the result, and the result has 38,400 rows. It doesn't matter. The only thing now we have to do is to save this melted data frame as Excel file. Now if you want to do it in Power Query Editor, you can do that, or here is a simple option. So we will write df melted brand and month will be df melted brand month dot string dot split by space 1. This is a simple way. You are saying you are using space as a delimiter to split them. We will run this. Let's see what the error is. Takes from 1 to 2. It's okay. We will perform this step later. Let's see the df melted output. We'll not spend too much time here. And we will write to underscore Excel. So read underscore Excel will read the data, and to underscore Excel will save the data. So we will write melted sales data and dot Excel sx, and let's run this. It is still running, and you can see one file is available here. So now the file is available. We can click download. This is the Excel file. Here you can see The problem is with when you will download it with Python pandas, you will see an extra index column which we can easily delete. Now we have brand month. So what we can do here, let's say we insert a column here. So we can go insert a column, we can go insert a column, and for extra safety, another column. We click here, go to data and text to column, delimited, and we'll say delimited value is a space, like the delimited character is a space, text qualifier, next. So it is showing AMB and Jan 22, it will, you know, split here. Now you can see. Now here we are going to do the same thing once again, text to columns, here also delimited. This time it will be other, this time it's this hyphen. So we will write the hyphen, click next, finish. So let's try once again. Or actually it is being read as date value. So I think that should not be a problem. So let's delete it. So and this is date. It is reading 1 Jan 22. So it's okay. So let's say 1 Jan. We'll replace it later. Now this is our data. We can save this data. And after saving this data, there is one more thing to remember. Now, as per the original requirement that was shared by one of the students, so let's say these brands are there. Okay. Now, let's say these brands are of type product one. Okay. So from here to here, let's say these are all of type product one. So what I am going to do here is we are going to create another sheet in the melted, and here we are going to say brand code. Okay, and here we are going to say product type. So we can say something like this, right? So brand code this, so product one. From here to here it is all product one. So and this can be product two. Okay, so here to here it is product two. So it can be like that also. So that will be an extra categorization that we can have. Now we can name this product one and product two anything like PP, TT, CC, whatever you want to call it. But this is product one and product two. Now we have two sheets. Okay, sheet one is what? Sheet one is sales data, and sheet two is brand product map. Okay, so now we have them. The next thing that we have to, so now it is done. After doing this, we will simply open Power BI. You can open any version of Power BI. I have Power BI desktop of last year. So I'm just opening that. In your case, it may be a new version. It doesn't matter. So now the first thing that we are going to do, since it's an Excel file and it has two sheets. So first we have to connect them and create a data model. For that, what we are going to do, we will click on Excel workbook and connect the data. Now you can see in the melted data, we have the two sheets ready. While connecting them in Power BI, make sure that you are seeing the column mapping properly. So for example, in brand product map, we are not able to see it properly. Column 1, column 2 are given. So what I will do, I will go to transform data by selecting them both. Then we will land on, you know, uh, our query editor, and here you can see. So if you are seeing or facing the same issue like this, what you can do, you can use first row as header. Additionally, here in sales data, like your main data, you will see how each column is being interpreted. Like region ABC, ALB code 123, channel ABC, POS name ABC, that means a string value. ABC means a string value, alphanumeric. And date is being read as date value. Now, this date, if you want to change it as text, you can keep, but it is reading 1/1/2022. That means it will automatically give us information of the month. After making all the changes in Power Query Editor, make sure that you close and apply. Then all the changes will be applied. And let's wait for all the changes to be applied. You can see here. And now what you can see here, we have brand code. Let's rename this. It is being read as brand code. Maybe we made some mistake there. Now it's a brand code. So now go to model view. So basically this brand code here is the brand name here, right? So for example, let's see the sales data. So here you can see brand month. The column is being read as brand month, but we separated them. So we can call it brand code. Let's use the same name for both of them. So this is brand code. Okay, and here also brand code. Now let's go to model and we will simply create a relationship here. So basically we are telling that in our table brand product map, the brand code is same as brand code in the sales data. And this is one to many relation because brand name is present only one time here and present multiple times here. Make this relation active, click close, everything is now done. So now you can see the relationship is active. We can go to relation view and now we can start creating some reports. So for example, here you will see date hierarchy where you will see month. We already know the data is for 2022 only because that's how the data set was given for practice. Now here, for example, when you have to prepare a report or a visual where any date related value is there, so you can create a line chart here easily. So first thing that we are going to do, let's add a simple text box here. So in the text box, we are going to write say brands or brand sales data analysis for year 2022. It will not matter if you have data of different years because that melt method will automatically convert them. Now you will select it, align to center, make it bold and use a size like 28 or whatever you want to do and you can put it here on top. I will not spend too much time on formatting and cosmetics here because here we simply want to create a dashboard first. I will simply select some text here as per the brand guidelines and I will go to effect and enable a shadow here. Okay, so this way you can enable a shadow and this is done. Now after making that change, we have created a line chart. Let's select it with height of width equal to half of width of our page. You can see this guideline represents half width and we'll leave some space on top that we will use for filters. Here on x-axis you always drag something that is related to date. So for us month is important, so we will drag month here and on y-axis we will drag sales. Okay, this is overall sales. So we remove total. Remember in original data there was a column called total, so it would be something like, for example, for Jan it is ending here, right? For Jan it is ending here. So we insert it like this and it will be total Jan or something, which would be basically the sum of all the brand sales in that particular month. So now it is appearing like this. And here you can come to format your visual and you can enable data labels. So you will be able to see those sales values also, which are being shown in thousands. Okay. Now this is sum of sales by month. If you want to customize the title, you can make it bold, align it to center, choose the text color to whatever you want, and increase the font size. So this way you have the sales. You can select the chart, go to general tab, effects, and shadow. For formatting, I have more than 100 videos in my playlist. So one can go there and learn easily. Here we are learning basic things. Now this is sum of sales by month. Let's say we also want to see sum of sales by brand. Okay. So what we can do, we can simply copy it. Now month is a continuous thing, right? Month and sales are continuous thing. We can show it like this. But brand name and sales, we can represent them as continuous, but if we represent them as a stacked column chart, that will be best. So here we will keep sum of sales. By the way, when you will drag any column, so from here you can change its measure like sum, average, minimum, maximum. So let's say you want to see average sales, sum of sales. Here also, if you want to see average sale per month, so you will be able to see average sale, maximum sale per month, you will be able to see maximum sale. Total will be sum, right? So here you can select that. Similarly, in x-axis, we will drag the brand code. So we will drag the brand code here, and this is sum of sales per brand. Obviously, this is a fabricated data. That's why you are seeing all bars of almost same height. When you will perform this analysis on the real data, then obviously you are going to see the difference. From here we can see TUR brand has the highest value of sales, which is 0.62 million in whatever currency this is in. So this way you can show sum of sales by brand code. Now there are different product type. Remember, we created another table to show product type. This can be P1, P2, PPCC, whatever. So we want to show product type wise total sales. So product type wise total sales, we will create, we will simply copy this, and by copying this, we will simply convert it to, but let's reduce the height a little bit. Okay. And we will convert it to a donut chart, because in donut chart also you can show the categorical data. And here what we are going to show is product type here, and sum of sales by product type. So you can see product 1 has more sales than product 2. Product 1 has total sales of 7.1 million, and product 2 has a total sales of uh, 2 million. Okay. So this is something that we can show in the similar way as we have shown sum of sales by product type. We can simply copy it. Here we are going to create 3 different charts. This is whatever requirement you have. And here we can add region wise. Okay. So this will show us sum of sales by region. Similarly, we can copy it here, and we can show sum of sales by different POS. One simple thing that you have to understand is the POS name here is POS. We have different, it will be repeated, right? So we have total 99 POS here, and this is going to have many rows. Okay. So one thing that we have to do here is we can select a clustered chart, and then we will write the POS name, so that we can have a scrolling thing, so that you can see POS 11 has the least value of sales in total, and POS 1 has the maximum value. Okay. And POS 28 has the maximum value. Now we kept this particular space for slicers, so we will add a slicer here, and this is a slicer, and this particular slicer we are going to keep it like this. Okay. Slicer is basically the filter. So whatever you want to use as a filter, suppose you want to use product type as a filter, so just drag product type here, go to slicer setting, and show it as a drop down. Okay. So if you want to see sales for only product 2, select this, and now you will see for only product 2, and you can check this again to clear everything. If you want, you can go to slicer setting, In selection, you can select show all. In your slicer also, just to give some kind of separation, you can enable a simple shadow here, and you can go to visual part where you have slicer header and slicer values. So in slicer header, we can make it bold, and here in values we can select, and here also we can make it bold, so that when someone will select, they will select like this. Slicer also has a background. We can give a very light background like this to give it some kind of effect. Similarly, we will copy the slicer 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number of times you want to copy, whatever you want to provide as a filter. Here it was product type. Here we can select channels, right? We want to see channel wise sales, GT, KAWS. And by the way, we can show channel wise sales here as well. Like we can make some space and show channel wise sales. So this is sales per brand, and just making some space for channel wise sales. So we can simply copy it, paste it here, and increase it height and width. And here we can add, instead of region we can have channel. So this will show channel by sales. Let's make some space here, so we can use the same 3 rows thing here. So 3 columns and 2 rows thing here, like this. Okay, this is sum of sales by brand code, sum of sales by channel. If you want to give other colors, you can select, but color and everything we are going to deal later. So now we have product type, we have channel. Let's say you want to see for GT, for product 2. Now this is showing sales for GT and product. Okay, you can clear this, you can clear this. Similarly, for product type, instead of product type, we can have month as a filter. So for example, we want to show sales of September only, October only. Whatever you want to do, you can select like that as well. And if you want, you can select region as a filter. So here select and select region. We can easily duplicate them and add as many filters as we can. And this is a simple way. Now you can save this report. Press Ctrl S or click on this icon to save it. So in Superstore sales, let's say data reshaping project sales analysis. Okay, so this way we did some data reshaping. We melted the data set and data frame, and now we have this data reshaping project. So this is a simple thing. For anything more advanced in this data set, if needed, we will create another video tutorial, but this is something to help you understand that how to integrate and use Python for simple reshaping tasks, because that is more efficient way for doing it. And obviously there are many other tools to do that, but you can see within couple of minutes we simply reshaped everything and we downloaded and created the dashboard. So I hope you like the tutorial. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.